Hi everyone, my name is Rodney Smith. I'm here with Board Game Geek at SPIEL 2018. I've been joined by Philip Schmidt of Plan B Games, and you've brought Blackout,
Yes.
Hong Kong.
I bought Blackout Hong Kong, the new game from Alexander Pfister.
Yes.
It's the follow-up to his Great Western Trail, so we hope you will like it.
I look forward to hearing about this. So what's kind of the theme of the game?
The theme of the game is, imagine you are in Hong Kong, the most luminous city in the world, and you have no electricity for 3-4 days.
Wow.
So now it is blackout. You imagine the crowds on the streets that are not happy with this situation. Yes. You cannot find food, you cannot find water, all delivery systems don't work, nothing works anymore.
Everything fell apart very quickly.
Yeah, well, imagine our industrialized situation.
Yes, it makes a big difference. I live in Canada, we lose power all the time because of the winter, and it makes a big difference on a small scale. That's on a big scale. Okay, so what are we going to do to solve this problem?
So we try to secure our neighborhoods. We are gathering our friends and volunteers to help us stabilize the situation, to care for our neighbors. We want to get the food again, we want to have water, we want to have all the needs, medicine. It's also very important in this situation.
Right.
So we try to get our people to help where it is the need is the greatest. So each player.
Are we working together? Is it fully cooperative?
No, it is competitive. You try to be the one that gets out the best out of this situation.
Okay.
So during the game you secure districts and try to help people there, and then, well, perhaps you get the orchid tree flower award afterwards.
Okay.
So it is so
you want to be the most helpful.
Yeah, exactly.
People. All right.
So each player has a player board like this, and the good thing is, for all you solo players out there, you can finally play the Alexander Pfister game solo right from the box. So because there is a solo campaign included in this game.
Right.
Okay. So each player gets a board like this, and it helps you to get through the.
The stages of a turn are numbered here.
Exactly. It stages every phase of one round. We will play several rounds until the deck runs out, and each round is made up of these phases where we go through. So. But the good thing is, so that we don't want to wait for the other players, so we will do the phase 1 all together, we will do phase 2, etc. all together. Each phase will be completed until we move on to the next one.
Okay.
So what are we doing in the game? We are, for the most part, we are managing our hand cards, which we use to do actions. The first phase is we place them, and then in the second phase we will activate what happens on the cards.
Okay,
so
place the face down and flip them?
Yeah, exactly. So these are the volunteers which we use to gather resources or the goods which we need. So it is very simple. At the beginning of the round you have rolled the dice, and now this guy provides me with one tool. Equipment or whatever it is in your imagination, and this guy would provide me with water because he's the yellow guy. So these are the simple cards we have. We have other cards. These are the specialists. They have a much more interesting action, because this guy allows me, or this girl in this case, she allows me to spend either gasoline or a book to get one of these GPS tokens, which I might need in a later phase.
All right.
Okay, so these are two kinds of cards. We have the volunteers and the specialists. So, as I said, I didn't say it actually. We place 3 cards at the beginning, and we can resolve those. But we only have a limited amount of cards in our hands. These cards stay there until we get, for one, we can recruit new helpers, or complete objectives which will award us victory points, or money which we also need during the game.
So is this sort of the resources you're gathering is to work towards completing these objectives, which are turning into points?
Exactly right. You need the resources, you spend them from the main board to complete. No, I was wrong. I will use the book and the water to finish that objective. And it allows me to take the card into my hand and also place 1 cube on a yellow spot on the board.
Right. Okay.
And this is where we start to fill up the board with our cubes. It means we have secured these locations. We have support there, and we can support the citizens there. There's also another element in the game which is very important. You can scout. You see these tiles on the board. They have objectives on them again.
Sure. Yes.
But these are GPS tokens which I need, and they are provided on my hand cards. My hand cards have these tokens. So if I want to complete this, or I want to collect this scout tile, I have to at least
have that number of GPS.
Exactly.
Okay.
So in this case, I only have 4 because my duck doesn't count. She will never scout. I have only 4. But in this case, I have a GPS token to add to it, so I am at 7. So that's fine. I can collect this one. You collect those to get the resources on them, and also to have more. At the end of the game, you will be awarded victory points for different tiles that you have collected. So then we can buy, or we can get new objectives and new guys which we want to recruit later on. We place them on our board, and later on I can fulfill the objective. There's some cleanup done, and if you ever have completed one entire district with your cubes, you can place a house because it is secured.
Right.
These houses allow you other actions.
Oh, I see.
That
They
you
uncover
can do. They
spaces
uncover spaces
on your
your player board, which allow you new actions.
Right.
Which come into play in the last phase of each round, where you can get the cards back from your display or from your slots here, but only if you have less than 4 cards in your hand. So in this case,
kind of good to use the cards you have.
It is good to use the cards. In this case, I will make disappear this card to have only 4 in my hand, and then I have to take the slot with the most cards. In this case, it is this one. I take it back into my hand.
Right.
So for the next round and the next phase, I have a much broader number of cards with different actions. And another thing that is good, I told you, we can secure districts where we get new actions. These are also used only if I can refresh my hand.
So if you had more than 4 cards, you would not be able to
use this one, or if I already had this card, I would not get the run resource from that.
I have to say, it looks like there's a fair bit going on in the game, but there's so much iconography and sort of guiding here, so that once you know the rules, there's lots of little reminders on the icons.
So in each step, you have the reminders what you can do, and after half a playthrough, or let's say 3 rounds, you know what is expected of you and the rhythm, and what you will be rewarded by your cards, and how to manage. But the good thing is we have a deck of more than 70 cards that are each time random, and each game you play, it is different, and you
randomizes the objectives and the cards that are coming out on the board.
Exactly. And it can so the possibilities of each game will be very different, because you have another set of cards. You have to manage those with what you have and what the resources give you. So it should be food for the heavy gamers that like Great Western Trail or Mombasa.
And how long does a game take to play, would you say? Once people know how to play the game,
if you know how to play the game, you take 1.5 hours, up to 2 hours to play it. In solo, you can be faster in 1 hour, or the very...
Right, don't forget there is solo play for this as well.
Exactly.
Is this something that's available right now?
It is available here at the show.
Yes.
And it will be shortly available after the show everywhere.
Okay, well thank you, Philip, for giving us an overview of Blackout Hong Kong.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you. Excellent.
Thank you.